Hello everyone, Nightmare Nemo here, and want to do a vlog on something pretty extraordinary that happened over the weekend. So, here in Austin, they held the Texas Book Festival, which is this, I don't know how long the event was, but I think it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so throughout the weekend there. They have like a bunch of tents set out in the road, and just various activities, and it's really meant for kids to get kids into reading. So you'll have authors there like reading their own book and just kind of interacting with the audience, various stuff like just activities, kid craft stuff, and of course you can buy books there. And there's also signings of authors there as well. So that what brings into what happens. So on Sunday, R.L. Stine came into town, and he was at the Paramount Theatre, and for like a half an hour to 40 minutes, he would sit down with the moderator, and the moderator would like interview him and ask him questions, and then after that part is done, then he will get questions from the audience. And it was mostly kids, and I'll say is mostly a lot of kids were there with their parents and stuff. But there are a couple of other older Goosebumps fans there and Fear Street fans as well. So that was pretty cool. A lot of stuff going on there, and it's just a lot of funny stories, like people asking Arl Stein about his background, how he got into books, why he enjoys books, just the typical questions like what's his favorite Goosebumps book and what scares him and stuff like that. And which is interesting, as he says when he watches horror movies, he actually doesn't really find most horror movies scary. He actually laughs at them, and it's pretty cool. And he started at a fairly early age when he was writing, and there's that. And he had a lot of really great stories, and he has a very good, kind of a dark sense of humor, but it's really cool. And he also read out loud a excerpt from his newest book, which is Young Scrooge, which is, he said, it was like the second Christmas only book that he's done. And there's the back there. And we'll get into uh, other stuff about it, but it was really cool because I think more than anything, what he read kind of captures his style of the horror and the humor, because it starts out like this ghost visits the main character Scroogeman, and it's like it's building up the tension, and it's getting like really scary, and then it breaks into laughter because there's something funny. Essentially, the ghost that visits him, it calls him by a different name, and it's the another kid that lives in the street, and it's just like, oh, my bad, and then it's like, but I'm coming for you next. So it's kind of funny that, and he even explains that anytime in the Goosebumps books things get a little too scary, he makes sure to insert some humor in there in order to kind of balance it so it's not like terrifying. So there's that, and so that was a lot of fun. He also dropped the bomb that nobody's talked about it. Marvel has not talked about it, but he's actually writing for Marvel in a mini series of Man Thing, which I don't know how many people know who Man Thing is, but kind of similar to Swamp Thing, but it's different. So that's really cool. And he also confirmed that the Fear Street movie is in the works, and that's happening. The Goosebumps sequel they have Jack Black, and he's coming back, but that's pretty much as far as they got. They have no script yet, so they have no idea what the timetable for the Goosebumps sequel. So that is a little disappointing, but at least that is something in possibly the works. So afterwards, I will say it was a very cloudy day, and it was raining once we got out of there, so that kind of sucks. But the people out, the volunteers who were helping out were really cool. So what they did was, it's going to be a very long line. They give us a piece of paper that said like a number. Mine was like 71, so that's how far I was into the line. And so they gave us a number, and then we waited underneath a building, so we would stay out of the rain, which is really nice. And so basically, to keep the line moving, you can take a picture, but it has to be taken while he's signing your book, and you have to have the book ready. You can only have 2 books signed by him, and so you can't get any miscellaneous stuff like I was thinking about bringing the Haunted mask, so no posters, no toys or whatever. So I'm going to show you right now the picture that was taken of me with Stine, and so that's pretty cool. And so the 2 books that I got autographed were the Young Scrooge there. There you go. So that's good. I will say I actually haven't read this yet. Definitely from what he was reading out loud and at the event, it definitely sounds a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I'll do a review of this and next month, for December is more timely. So just that. And so I want to do that just to kind of support his newest books. I didn't want to look kind of, I wasn't really sure going into the event, like what should I get signed? Should I get, I was thinking about bringing 3 books. Like I was gonna bring a Goosebumps book, like Fear Street, and something else, and like the Haunted Mask. And so I'm glad I didn't bring the Haunted Mask because I couldn't get that signed. So I was thinking, like, what is my favorite Goosebumps book? So I wanted to get that signed, and so I went with One Day at Horrorland. So you can see there is the autograph there. That's really cool. Big fan of One Day at Horrorland. It's Horrorland in general. So that's really cool that he signed that as well. So that's pretty much it. It was a great experience. I made a new friend there, Domacy, aka Sugarbeam. She was there with her daughter, and we were talking as we were waiting in line to get the book signed. And it was really cool to talk to her, and because her daughter's like getting into Goosebumps, and she grew up on Goosebumps, but she's starting to get more into it because of her daughter. And it was just cool to talk to somebody else that was as passionate as I am about these books and Fear Street and whatnot. And she helped to take my picture while I was getting my book signed by All Stine. So that was very cool. Very nice of her. And she's a super cool person. So there's that. And that's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.